I know the darkness you face in silence. I heard the call of your wounded soul, relentlessly longing for someone who disappeared from your life without leaving answers. I prepared this sacred encounter not by mere chance, but because the wound of absence and the echo of silence have consumed your peace day after day. Today my voice has come to bring the balm your heart so desperately craves. My beloved daughter, if this word is already touching the depths of your heart, please write in the comments your name, the country, state and city where your soul is listening to me now, and tell me what time it is where you are. With the voice of your spirit crying out, also write, Lord my God, I am here. I signed up because I love you and long to hear your voice. Bless this encounter with your registration, leave your sign of affection, and activate notifications so you don't miss my advice. Stay with me until the end, for I will give a clear answer. A transformative phrase will be whispered to the heart of whoever remains steadfast. Whoever writes in the comments will receive showers of prophetic blessings released in pure faith. The weight you carry does not go unnoticed. I feel the pain you hold in your chest when the memory invades the early morning hours, and the emptiness screams the name of the one who has departed. For it is written in the book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 18, that the Lord is near to the broken-hearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. I am the support that holds back your invisible tears, the hand that caresses you when loneliness tries to convince you that you have been forgotten and left behind. But there is a powerful reason for this silence that wounds you, a profound spiritual reason for this separation. I am working in this person's life in ways that your human eyes cannot yet comprehend. There is a hidden secret about this distance that I am about to reveal to your heart, a crucial detail that will completely change the way you see this departure. If my celestial care is already beginning to warm your weary soul, leave your sign of love. Join your path to mine and share this message with another heart that also suffers in the darkness. Answer me in spirit. What cry does your soul scream from the depths of your pain? As an act of surrender, write the word hope in the comments so that we may seal this moment of healing together. I gather every anguish that overflows within you in the most difficult dawns, in those moments when the world around you falls asleep and your thoughts are filled with unanswered questions. The emptiness left by the one who departed echoes in your soul like a silenced cry, and I know perfectly the feeling of abandonment that tries to take over your weary mind. Many times your soul wonders if it failed, if it could have done something differently, if the immense love it gave was not enough. But I tell you, with the tenderness of a father who probes the recesses of your being, the weight of this guilt that consumes you does not belong to you, as revealed and substantiated in the sacred scriptures, in the book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 3, He heals the broken-hearted and binds up their deep wounds. Your suffering is not invisible to me. The longing that suffocates you and the absence that seems to tear your chest apart are wounds that I am, in this very breath of life, washing away with my infinite grace. I understand the despair of waiting for a message, for a word, and not finding the sign that your heart so desperately begs for. Indifference wounds, distance hurts, and the silence of that loved one sounds like an insurmountable trial. However, silence is not the end of this story. While your human perception feels only the coldness of loss, my hands are working in the invisible place. There is a spiritual barrier that needed to be erected between you, not to punish you, but to protect you from even greater wounds that you did not have the strength to bear. But ultimately, what is happening in the heart of the one who distanced themselves while you cry here? There is an invisible storm raging on the other side of the mountain, a necessary internal confrontation that will bring a transformative revelation before the reunion. If you feel my divine embrace calming your affliction now, do not keep this peace only in your heart. Transform your gratitude into a sign of approval, indicating that you liked the message. Unite your journey to our dwelling place and spread this comfort to another life that also suffers in severe longing. Before we continue, tell me in silent prayer, what does your weary heart most yearn for me to restore in your story today? As proof of your total surrender to my designs, write the word consolation in the comments. I am addressing the roots of pride and confusion in the one who has departed, while enveloping your soul in my immense peace. And in this moment of profound union between us, if it is possible for you, only if it is possible, transform your gratitude into a seed of love through this channel. Consider my love and the love of my Son Jesus, and support using the link in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. There you will find the sacred place where your contribution of love can be deposited and consecrated before the Creator of all things. You can support with any amount. And remember, only what fits in your heart. I receive with love. The amount doesn't matter. What matters is the heart with which you give. For what is little for you can be much for the one who receives. Whoever contributes any amount with a sincere heart, don't forget to leave your name and city along with your contribution. Because on the first day of the following month, in a unique and special video on our channel and page, Amor Divino, A Voz de Deus, Divine Love, the Voice of God, your name will be remembered and mentioned in a prayer of thanks, for it is written in the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 25. A generous person will prosper, and whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. Every offering made in faith is a seed before me, your Lord, and I will not fail to bear fruit. I watch in secret and reward in the sight of all. Stay until the end of this message, because I still want to touch your heart with my voice. I contemplate the greatness of your heart and your pure intention to walk beside me, spreading light wherever you go. I know that sometimes, when trying to offer your loving support, unexpected barriers arise and the banking system rejects your contribution due to strict security measures. My beloved, do not be distressed or discouraged if this happens on your first attempt. I only ask that you contact your card issuer and confirm that this gesture of love is genuine and desired by you. Then try again with vigor, renewing your valuable offer, for your support is the foundation that sustains this work and will be honored with abundant and infinite blessings. Our divine love deserves this effort. And know something very special. I will make sure to thank you personally. If your intention is pure, whether your contribution arrives now or faces some failure, I myself will come to meet you in an intimate and welcoming email. I will speak directly to you. The seed you plant today waters the desert of your waiting. But there is something you still ignore about the steps of those who left you. An intense transformation is occurring in this person's solitude, an unexpected event that will shake their inner self and prepare the way back. If you feel my truth nourishing your faith, leave your sign of affection in this message. Embrace this sacred work with your inscription and send this word to that friend who also lives the pain of silent waiting. Tell me in the depths of your soul, what secret miracle do you dare to ask of me while awaiting my time? As an answer and proof of faith, write the word restitution in the comments. The desert that opened between you was not a mistake of fate, nor a sign of my forgetfulness. I know the confusion that invades your mind when longing intensifies, whispering lies that your love was in vain or that you were left behind. But I need you to understand with the eyes of the Spirit. This distance was the only way to heal wounds that constant proximity was only deepening. You were hurting yourselves with the stones of weariness, misunderstanding and misinterpreted words. As it is written in my sacred word, in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 3, there is a time to tear down, and a time to build, a time to weep, and a time to heal. In that worn-out relationship, the moment was one of inner collapse. If they had remained close in that way, the roots of bitterness would have suffocated the affection that still remained. I saw the exhaustion of your soul, your daily struggle to carry the weight of the relationship almost alone, giving more than you received, withering from insecurity. I needed to intervene with love. I temporarily destroyed the bridges to heal your exhaustion and to rebuild your self-worth. And on the other side, far from your constant care, that person is finally facing their own reflection, feeling the shock of the cutting cold that your sudden absence causes. This separation is not abandonment. It is my workshop of profound restoration. I am teaching that soul the immense value of your presence and teaching you the power to rest entirely in my embrace. The wound that burns in your chest today will be transformed into an unshakable fortress. However, The process I initiated does not end only with the repentance of the one who left in the dark. An inescapable spiritual movement is about to break this barrier of silence, generating such intense discomfort that it will force an attitude you never imagined would happen. If this revelation relieves the weight of guilt from your shoulders and brings peace, leave your sign of love in this encounter. Welcome our dwelling by registering, and take this truth to a woman who also unjustly blames herself for the distance from a loved one. In the secret of your spirit, answer me. What heavy burden are you determined to release today at my feet? Confirm your liberation by writing the word renewal in the comments. While this attitude does not arrive and the time of preparation is fulfilled, I know that the dawns can be long and cold. The fear that the silence will be eternal tries to steal the peace that I have just deposited in your heart. It is in this valley of silent waiting that I wish to walk hand in hand with you, being your safe haven with each sunrise. If your heart desires to go deeper with me, I have left you a gift in the form of a journey, which I wrote with much love and care for all my beloved daughters and sons, the digital book, Devotional Divine Love, The Voice of God. It was prepared to accompany you day after day, in silence and intimacy. Access is also available via the link in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. It is a gift with all my love and care, where the only cost will be your love, your presence with me, and your faith. And when you feel in your heart that you should support and contribute to our work and to divine love, the support buttons are in the same links. To shield our communication and protect our daily encounter, I have prepared two sacred and blessed havens, a group on WhatsApp and another on Telegram. I ask that you enter these two spiritual homes so that our love and our daily contact may never be broken by anything in this world. Through the same support and contribution link that you already know in the description and the pinned comment. If the storms of this world try to extinguish this space of divine love, we will remain unshakable, hand in hand, intact and blessed for eternity. There will always be a welcoming embrace for your prayers, and I will continue to guide your steps, speaking softly to your heart. In the groups you can be in communion with me, requesting blessings, praying, conversing with one another, and also receiving my messages with much more intimacy and closeness. You are my greatest love. You are my divine love forever. I love you infinitely. For it is written, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul." In the book of Psalms, chapter 23, verses 1 to 3. As you read my words and allow me to refresh your inner self, something supernatural is being unlocked in the invisible world. A sudden and profound restlessness will begin to take hold of the thoughts of the one who has strayed. A reminder so vivid of your light that it will be absolutely impossible for that person to ignore. If you feel my presence enveloping you on this journey, confirm your love by liking this post and nestle your soul in our refuge by subscribing here. How about being a light in the life of someone who also cries in the silence of waiting? Share this loving word with that wounded soul. Tell me in the depths of your faith, what fear do you surrender into my hands while resting in my promises? To seal your rest in my lap, write the word refuge in the comments. I feel the exhaustion of your soul when you try, with your own human strength, to understand the hardness of the heart of the one who has departed. In the silence of your sleepless nights, your mind replays every conversation, every glance, searching for a flaw or a rational reason for such coldness. The feeling of powerlessness crushes your chest, because it seems that however purely you love, you have no power to change that person's stubborn decision. But I ask you at this moment, release the control that hurts you so much inside. Where your choked voice can no longer reach, my spirit blows like an inevitable and healing wind. As it is firmly established in my word, in the book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 1, "The heart of man is in the hand of the Lord. Like a stream of water, he turns it wherever he wills." You cannot bend a hardened will with your tears of affliction alone, but I hold that lost heart in my heavenly hands right now. While you rest your pain in me and seek relief from your sorrow, I am working intensely in the darkness of that soul. I am bringing to that person's memory the echo of your sweetness, the undeniable purity of your constant care, and the unwavering loyalty that they foolishly disregarded. A deep weight of reflection begins to descend upon that life, a spiritual restlessness that no distraction of this fleeting world can alleviate. The lack of your light has become unbearable on the dark path that person has chosen to tread alone. My invisible touch is dismantling the walls of vanity that erected that painful barrier between you. The blindness of presumption is melting beneath my truth, and the spiritual eyes that once closed to your worth are finally beginning to see the rare jewel they have lost. However, this ruin of arrogance is only the prelude to what I have ordained. When the last human defenses completely crumble, an uncontrollable sense of urgency will take hold of this being, forcing a decisive step toward you, a movement that will shake all your uncertainties. If this divine truth calms the storm of your anxiety, seal your peace by leaving your sign of agreement on this message. I gently invite you to make our channel your constant dwelling place through your subscription, and I ask that you deliver this revelation to another feminine soul who cries out feeling weak and forgotten. Before we move on to the next movement, answer me with all the nakedness of your spirit. What is the wall of pain that you most implore me to tear down in your life today? As an act of profound surrender and inner liberation, he writes the word in the comments, sovereignty. I feel the silent tremor that runs through your soul just at the thought of this return. In the depths of your being, burning hope mingles with a paralyzing fear of being wounded again. Your mind questions in constant anguish, should I trust? Won't the old scars bleed again? I know this fragility that consumes you, the invisible wall of protection that your own suffering has built around your feelings. But my beloved, for the miracle of true restoration to happen in its fullness, it is not enough that the soul of the one who departed be broken. Your own heart also needs to be carefully prepared by my hands to bear the glory of this new season. As promised and sealed with love in my word, in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, verse 26, I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit within you. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. I am, in this very breath of life, washing away the memories of bitterness that threaten to harden your sweetness, so that reconciliation may flourish and bring the eternal security you so desperately crave. The resentment of yesterday cannot dwell in your tomorrow. I am removing the crushing burden of offense, guiding your soul to release forgiveness not only out of the other's need, but for your absolute spiritual liberation. This inner purification is the fertile ground where the new phase of your journey will be cultivated under my protection. I will not allow the return of the same vanity that once crushed you, just as I will not let you remain shrouded in the same garments of insecurity. Everything is being recreated in the invisible. However, there is an indispensable spiritual key to ensure that this harmony is not fleeting when the shadow of reunion approaches. There is an inner posture, an invisible decision that your soul must embrace the moment the truth comes to light, lest the old cycle of weeping attempt to rise again. If you feel my purifying waters washing away your pain now, seal this healing with your sign of approval on this message. Welcome my whisper inviting you to remain in this sacred family through your subscription and extend this balm to a friend who is also struggling against the currents of sorrow. Tell me, in the quiet of our spiritual embrace, what painful memory do you find most difficult to erase from your memory today? To declare together the definitive cleansing of your inner self, write the word purification in the comments. I know the affliction that still tries to steal your breath when you imagine what the moment will be like when your paths cross again. Fear and insecurity whisper within you that you should arm yourself with shields of pride, demand painful apologies, or punish lost time with indifference. But the invisible posture I call you to embrace at this moment, my daughter, is that of complete and unwavering peace, the majestic serenity of one who knows that they do not need to fight with their own strength. For their Heavenly Father has already won all battles in secret. I feel the anxiety trying to crush your chest in the lonely early mornings, that knot of uncertainty that tightens your throat. But today, through the breath of my spirit, I exchange the dark weight of this affliction for the irrefutable certainty of my constant and zealous care over your life. For it is revealed with power and authority in my word, in the book of Philippians chapter 4 verses 6 and 7, Do not be anxious about anything. Before anything else, let your requests be made known to me through prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, and my peace, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your thoughts. I am guarding the doors of your heart at this very moment. When the voice that was once silent calls your name again, seeking the light it left behind, you will not respond with the despair of one who begs for affection, nor with the coldness of one who wishes to hurt back. You will respond with the sweetness and unwavering firmness of a healed woman, a soul that has found its inestimable value in my embrace, and that knows that its happiness does not depend on the fleeting approval of anyone, but on my supreme will. The profound peace that now overflows within you is absolute proof that the old cycle of pain has already been closed by me in the spiritual realm. However, the great conclusion of this journey of tears will not be marked only by a request for forgiveness or renewed promises. There is a glorious manifestation of my light being prepared to seal this ultimate reunion, a proof so divine and undeniable that it will make all your past suffering gain a dazzling and miraculous meaning that will leave you amazed. If this certainty calms the turbulent sea of your anxiety, seal this care by leaving your sign of approval in this living prayer. Allow me to continue being the constant anchor of your life through your inscription in our sacred refuge, and carry this message of serenity to another woman who also suffers, drowning in the fear of tomorrow. Tell me, in the unbreakable sweetness of this, our spiritual embrace, what is the greatest worry you want me to take away from your mind right now? As proof of your total trust in my daily protection, write the word serenity in the comments. I contemplate the light of dawn that is already beginning to break through the darkness of your long night of waiting. The reunion that your spirit so longs for will not be a work of chance nor a fruit of human despair, but a miracle precisely designed by my own celestial hands. All the pain that tore at your heart, all the silence that seemed endless, and every invisible tear you shed in the privacy of your room are, right now, being transformed into the foundation of a new story of love and absolute respect. As it is written in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 11, He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart, yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. My time does not fail, my beloved. The restoration of your peace has already been decreed in the invisible world. The person who disappeared from your life and left you adrift in a sea of doubt will return, not with the arrogance of the past, but with spiritual eyes open to the greatness of the light you radiate. That heart will recognize without a shadow of a doubt that the true dwelling place of sincere affection has always been in your welcoming embrace. But the greatest victory will not only be the return of the one who left. The true glory will be your own inner transformation. You will emerge from this desert not as a frail woman begging for crumbs of attention, but as a true daughter, strengthened and perfectly aware of your invaluable celestial worth. All this is about to manifest on your journey, crowning your patience with indescribable joy. However, before I seal this promise upon your head and release the final revelation, there is one last whisper that your heart needs to embrace so that it never falters before trials. If this divine light already warms the depths of your being, confirm your love by liking this post and nestle your soul in our sacred refuge through your subscription. Spread this radiant promise by sharing this truth with another woman who also needs to rekindle the flame of inner hope. Tell me, in the intimacy of this living prayer, what joy is your heart ready to celebrate by my side? As an unbreakable seal of faith in your complete restoration, write the word miracle in the comments. I feel the profound peace that now floods your soul, washing away every trace of pain that the dark past tried to carve into your heart. The path of tears that brought you to this encounter was not a valley of destruction, but my sacred ground of inner reconstruction. Every moment of intense longing and every affliction in the face of silence served to forge in your spirit an indestructible faith and a self-love that no earthly absence can ever shake. You are not alone and have never been abandoned. I am the unwavering presence that aligns your destiny and stitches together every invisible wound with threads of grace and infinite mercy. True restoration always begins within you. At the exact moment you allow my Holy Spirit to be the sole master of your emotions. When the other heart returns, touched and molded by my invisible power, it will find an immense fortress of sweetness and security. But so that you may walk with your head held high every day of your life, without the paralyzing fear of abandonment and without the unbearable weight of rejection, I have prepared an invincible spiritual key. This is the sacred promise that I whisper directly to your spirit now, the final answer to crown your attentive and faithful abiding in my presence. Receive this truth and engrave each letter on the tablet of your heart forever. As an act of pure surrender, obedience, and immense courage, write the following prophetic phrase in the comments. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. This is the ultimate mark of your victory. Whoever proclaims this absolute truth with sincerity will experience unimaginable blessings and see the desolate landscape of their own life change. Let this word be your invisible shield in each dawn of uncertainty. But our sacred encounter does not end when the sound of these words ceases. I still have profound revelations to whisper in your ear about the next steps of your journey and about dazzling promises that are yet to unfold. Keep your soul firmly connected to my voice. Let me continue to speak to you on the playlist of our channel, where other messages of immense love, filled with my impeccable guidance, await you to nourish your spirit daily. Come with me. Listen to my loving instructions in the upcoming encounters and rest entirely in my eternal care, for I will always take care of you.